Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I made this zine for Thanksgiving for my friend Carly, and at the end I'm gonna sort of talk about how I hit 1,000 subscribers, which is insane, but for now let's just get on with the video. So to start, you need to make the base for the zine first. You do this by folding paper in a couple certain ways. I'll link a video down below as to how I made the base because it's not too hard, but if you fold the wrong way it can be a little tricky. So once you do all the folding, you unfold it and you cut it down the middle like this so you can fold it together and make some pages. After you're done, you'll have 6 pages with a front and a back. I decided to number the pages because when you lay it flat, it's much easier to tell what page you're working on. Now let's start on the first page. So throughout the zine, I sort of use the same color scheme, which is yellow, brown, black, gold, and white. And I use these colors because they're warm and sort of remind me of Thanksgiving. So here I'm just laying down washis and I'm going to be drawing a honeycomb pattern on the edges of the paper. And since it's the first page, I wanted to address it to my friend. So here I'm using my label maker so I can write out her name and stick it on the front. Now to start on the second page. So I knew from the start that I wanted to make a list of things that I'm grateful for. So here I'm cutting out a piece of crumpled brown paper to the second page, and I'm going to be writing a list of little things that I think we sometimes take for granted or maybe don't even notice in our everyday life. These things include having a full stomach, soft blankets, warm showers, smiles and laughter, even though that's really cheesy, and most importantly, love. To be honest, I didn't really know what to do for the third page, so I'm just laying down some pretty papers and some pretty tape, and I'm going to be writing a quote on it that I found on Pinterest. So the quote doesn't really have to do about being thankful, but I think Thanksgiving is a great time to also reflect on how you've grown and where you're going. So that's why I chose this particular quote. This next page is probably my favorite in the whole book. I sort of just like how simple it is and how well the colors go together, but soon you'll see that I'm sticking on a few words here just to make a simple quote. You are loved. And I think it's a sentiment that we sometimes forget, but it's a sentiment that's always there. There's always someone in your life that loves you, and even though we may forget that, it's important to acknowledge. This next spread is really simple. I just decided to use a Polaroid I took of a tree in my backyard because the leaves turned red because of fall, and I thought it fit the aesthetic pretty well. This page is probably another one of my favorites. I really like how the colors of it turned out, and this quote, oh my goodness. I printed it off of Pinterest and I really wish that my handwriting was that good. Sadly it's not. I'm working on it though, but I think it just makes it look really dainty and pretty, and yeah. So I knew that I wanted to give my friend Carly a little washi tape sampler, but I didn't quite know how to fit that into the zine. So here I'm using an idea that I used in a previous letter that I'll link somewhere. But basically you tape the sides of the flower pot down so there's a little hole in the middle so you can stick little goodies in it, in this case a washi sampler. Now for the last page, I obviously wanted to use the same colors and everything else as the other pages, but I also wanted to add something a little bit special since it was the closing page. So I whip out my candle and I decide to do a wax pour. So usually you do these to seal up letters, but they're also really good decorations. So here I poured the wax and I'm stamping down. So when I lift up, you see my little bee print. I thought it was a little cute added touch and made the last page a little bit more interesting. Now that the last page is finished, I'm going through and adding some sparkle. I know it's kind of gross that I'm using my finger, but it allows for me to pat down the glitter and the glue to make sure that there's not too much. And that's the Zine finished. Thank you for watching if you got up to this point. And just as a quick note, thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. It's not even the number. I mean, just the fact that anybody watches these videos and is inspired by them or it helps them out makes me undescribably happy. So I know I'm being a big cheese ball, but thank you guys seriously so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm grateful for everybody watching this video and everybody who's ever watched any of my videos. So I hope you guys have a lovely day, a lovely Thanksgiving maybe, and goodbye!